Stop. Don't watch this while you're on a plant ban, honey. All right, the rest of us, let's go. Because I got some sickening plants to show you guys. First one right here is my no ID anthurium that I have called Black Swan. Long story short about this guy, I have some videos on the backstory of him, but long story short, I did an import with some guy that tried to scam me, some Indonesian seller, and I bought a plant from him that I saw a picture he sent to me. I thought I was getting said plant. He sent me a different plant. I'm like, what is this trash? It was a little bench hybrid runt seedling. I was like, this is not what I ordered. But then little did that scammer know it would grow into this beautiful thing. Look how dark that is. Wait, let me get on this side because that light is so bright. But look at how dark, even with the light, it is so bright. That is the emergent leaf. Here are the leaves over here. Now, this is a juvenile propagation. This is not my mother plant. My mother plant is down there, and I'm looking a bit tired because she is flowering. I'm trying to get another batch of Black Swan self-pollinated seedlings going for you guys. So let's see how that goes. As you can see, this guy is flowering as well. Now, one interesting little quirk about this plant, the true Black Swan, not necessarily the seedlings, but clones of the original mother plant, when it puts out a flower and a leaf at the same time, the leaf will come in a little bit smaller than the previous leaves. So this leaf should have sized up quite a bit because look how tall that petiole is. Do you see how tall that is? This leaf should have been huge, but as you can see, it's not going to size up quite that much. And I'm looking at my big mother plant that had leaves at one point like this big, but it's since flowered a couple of times, and now the leaves are kind of like this big. So the leaves shrink a little bit when it flowers. So you cut off the flowers to get big leaves. So, you know, but I just love the bluish green foliage. It's kind of like a medium care plant. I grow it in ambient. It's not the hardest thing in the world to care for. It's not the easiest though. It's a little bit prone to crisping, as you can see here, especially when it gets a little bit older. My mother plant definitely only holds on to about 2 to 3 nice leaves at a time. Before she starts looking a little bit tired, a little bit, you know, because her leaves get really, really big. When she dries out, she gets a little bit crispy on the edges, as you can see right there. But other than that, really beautiful, has nice maroon stems. Can you see that right there? There's the base of the plant right there. And yeah, I just love this guy. I love how there's just nothing else quite like him. I have yet to find a plant that is quite like this guy. I'll insert a photo right here real quick of the mature mother plant leaf because it is just chef's kiss, especially when you get it right under that grow light and you get all those beautiful iridescent, just slick, oily colors. Oh, I just love it. It's delicious. Next, guys, I want to show you something I don't show very often, an orchid. I have a few orchids, not too many, but look at this guy. This is my silver orchid. What is this called? I think it's called Bronze Maiden. It's a cross between Phalaenopsis manii, and what is it? Schilleriana. I believe it's those two crossed together, and it made this beautiful silver foliage. Are you guys seeing that? Is it focusing, or is it focusing on my face? If I do that, look at that. Now, the reason I want to show you guys now is because these flowers have just opened up. Well, the last one just opened up right there. This one is just about to fall off. There were a couple more down here, but these have maybe 2 or 3 more weeks until they fall off. There was another spike that has since dropped its leaves, and I cut it all the way back because, guys, look at that, another spike is forming. I've never had a spike form like back to back like that. I've never had a third spike come, so this is just great. I love this thing. This is awesome. I have it growing in a wooden orchid basket, as you can see. Orchids, you know, like the Phalaenopsis orchids, you know, you just let them dry out all the way, and then you just take them to the sink and just drench them. And I really love the wooden baskets because they hold on to some moisture. And when they hold on to moisture, it allows the roots to kind of seek out the moisture in the wood. And when the roots are able to kind of seek out that moisture, it just kind of encourages them a little bit more to just peek their noses out. You know, just a little bit more. Also, to keep these roots growing, you want to wet them as well. Because as you can see, these get a little bit wrinkly because they're a little bit thirsty right there. So when I water these, I also water these roots as well. If I don't, they will dry up. So, but I put my finger in here, I finger it, it's very, very inappropriate. And if I feel even a little bit of moisture, I wait a day. Like right now, it's quite moist, so I'm not going to water it. I just watered it like yesterday, so. But yeah, these flowers, they're quite nice. If you look, the petioles they look kind of thin, but they're actually quite thick. They're just kind of like flattened and kind of like flattened back. Like, do you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to like push it forward with my fingers. Do you see how they're kind of like, they're wider than they seem. They're just kind of like folded backwards. And best of all, guys, they are fragrant. They're more fragrant in the morning. It's evening right now. The sun is down. It's dark outside, but they still have a little bit of a fragrance when your nose is right up on them, but in the morning, I can smell them from maybe like a foot away. It's like, ooh, that just smells so nice. Not a powerful fragrance, not like ooh, the whole room just smells like candy, like not like that, but oh, like that's very nice. So really sweet little orchid. I just love this guy, and I highly recommend this. If you happen to see one for sale, get it. It's great. I got this on Etsy. I just saw it on Etsy. I just was searching orchids one day and saw it. And I was like, silver leaves? Yeah. I forget how much it was. It might have been 30 bucks. It might have been 50 bucks. It definitely wasn't more than 50 bucks. I wouldn't have spent more than 50 bucks. 50 bucks is kind of my limit for orchids. I don't spend more than 50 bucks, guys. I'm not like that into orchids. As much as I love them, I don't spend that much money on them. But this one really is quite beautiful. So I love that I already had a spike that lasted me a good few weeks. I have this one that'll last probably another 2, maybe 3 weeks. We'll see. Like once the last flower goes, that might be 2 to 3 weeks from now. And then maybe like after Thanksgiving, by the time, you know, I'm recording this, it's like the week before Halloween. By the time Thanksgiving rolls around, maybe this one will be like in bud. But yeah, love this guy. Bronze Maiden, which I don't understand because it's not bronze. It's silver. It's not the color bronze. I don't understand that. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I gotta come back. I have to come back. Guys, I forgot to show you another amazing... Look at the back. Look at the back. It's purple. It's purple, guys. It's freaking... Can I get the... Come on. Do you even see... Need I say more? You know what? Girl, bye. This is interesting. This is a aliminum Fort Sherman crossed with self. So what that means is that it's a specific type of pap that was discovered near Fort Sherman, which is a former U.S. Military base near the Panama Canal on the Caribbean coast of Panama. And the crossed with self means that it was a self-pollinated seedling. So it's not a direct clone, a direct vegetative cutting propagation. It's a seedling of that particular plant that was dubbed Fort Sherman. So they grow along slopes along the Caribbean coast of Panama. So that's where a lot of the paps are found. And that's where the parent of this one is found, apparently. Really dark leaf. Look at that. Can you see that right there? That leaf grew in my care. Like as soon as I got it, it had these tiny leaves. And it put out this giant one. It had another leaf coming in a few weeks ago. It was dry and it had like a hole in it. And I was like, let's not do that. Let's just try again. I chopped it off. And this leaf is so big, it was like blocking my view. I didn't realize another leaf was coming in. And I almost forgot to water again. So yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit wrinkly. So I'm just hoping that my spit moisturizes it enough. Moisturizes it. Lovely. I really hope that this leaf just comes in looking as nice as this one. That's all I can ask for, guys. That's all we can ask for in life. I'll insert a photo of what Fort Sherman looks like right here. And I can only assume that Fort Sherman Crossroads itself looks similar to that. Variation of that, I think. A pap is a pap is a pap. All the paps kind of look different. I believe pap in nature is so varied. From what I understand is that it naturally hybridizes with Anthurium ochranthum, which I just got some seedlings of. Oh my god. Excuse me. It's so dry in here, guys. I am so sorry. I just traded for 2 Anthurium ochranthum seedlings. You never see ochranthum on the market, so I'm really, really happy that I got those. So hopefully they pull through, because they're still very tiny. So we'll see how they do this winter. You know, so fingers crossed, guys. Is he putting out another growth point? He might be like sort of putting out something right there. I might just chop that. I don't know. Should I chop that off? I feel like I need him to focus on his main growth point. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he decides to do, but that is quite sexy. I will say that's a thumbnail. You know what? My plants need to stop being sexier than me. Sir, you need to just listen. You need to stop working out. Look at these abs. Stop! Oh my god. Get out of here. I'm just gonna put you over here, sir. Oh no! More abs! So this guy, I actually saved from rot from like months ago. I rehabbed him, so his other leaves don't look very sexy, and some of his leaves actually got some like thrip damage and stuff, like some of that leaf miner thrip damage, which is the worst because those are the thrips you can't see. The only stuff you can see is like the little like squiggly lines on the leaves. I don't know if it'll show that. It might not if I put it up on the light. Maybe you can't see it. But this new leaf that it put out is just, can the light do it justice? It's just perfect, guys. This is Anthurium antilocii, named after Rory Antilock, who discovered it back in 2020. Also known as Black Velvet Eastern Panama. Isn't that just incredible? I mean, it's not my darkest Anthurium, though. I have a pap that is a little bit darker, but this is quite close. Now, what's different between this and a pap, because some people are like, oh, this black velvet thing, you know, it could just be a variety of a pap, you know, it shouldn't have been considered its own species. Well, I would disagree, because paps emerge with like a violet or a maroon underside to the leaves. Black Velvet Eastern Panama antilocii, this species does not. Okay? Also, the venation is a little bit different. The venation on these black velvets kind of dip down a little bit and then spread out. Do you see that? Whereas a pap tends to... I have to have like a pap in front of me. I don't have a pap out like right now. That guy's a little weird because he's got the flat sinus, but like a standard pap usually has like a taller sinus, but so the venation's a little bit different, but these veins are a little bit, you know, they kind of droop down or dip down and then spread out. But yeah, a major tell is that they don't have the maroon underside to the leaf, the abaxial of the leaf, as the botanists say, the fancy pants say in the field. But there he is right there, and I can just, guys, I want to repot him so bad. I just don't want to disturb him quite yet, because I just brought him back after literally months of not having a nice sexy leaf, because I had this that used to be a sexy leaf and then it became a Dorito. I had this leaf that was the sexiest leaf for months and months, and then kind of became Doritified. And then this leaf was the newest leaf for the longest time, and it was almost beautiful until it got thriplified. And then we got this. Now look at this pot. It's just full of algae. But guys, it's only the outer layer. It's not like the entire inside is full of algae. And that's the thing, it's only what you can see, it's only what the light can hit. So it's just that one thin little layer on top that can photosynthesize. All the darkness on the inside, there's no algae in there. So, and I'm looking inside, I'm seeing nothing but healthy roots. It's very black, but I'm seeing healthy roots. I think pretty soon I will repot him, but I'd like maybe one more leaf, He doesn't look too pot bound just yet. So, but let me just show you guys that one more leaf. Let me show you that one more leaf. Oh, is that a thumbnail? Guys, he's eclipsing me. Abs! Okay, okay. We're good. No, we're good. And then lastly, guys, we have a stunner. This is like the craziest plant I have right now. This is... Oh, this is the madman. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Look at this weave. This is Philodendron. Hot damn! This is Philodendron soderoy crossed with verrucosum. Two species that are not the easiest to care for, but when combined, you get Philodendron Majestic. That is the cultivar name. Oh, let me get on this side because I am eclipsing him when he needs to be eclipsing me because, you know what? He is the one child that is allowed to eclipse me in this household because look at that. Now, guys, when I tell you, let your philodendrons trail, not all of them need to climb to look beautiful. Look at how big these leaves are. And no, honey, it's not getting blasted with light like I am right now. Look at me, I'm getting sunburnt with my Irish, Slovak, Northern Italian skin. But this guy, he is in the dark. And look, he's got that just little hint of blush, like the verrucosum. Just that little bit of blush right there. He's just, I mean, no, and listen, unlike verrucosum, he can take a little bit of underwatering. I have let him go kind of, like not quite bone dry, but almost bone dry. So that's kind of my fault. So you can see some of the older leaves are kind of like that. But guys, I mean, look at all these leaves. Look at them all. And look how big they're staying. I mean, he's got, let's count them, guys. Ready? Let's count them, children. Ready? We got 1. We got 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Wait a minute, I'm losing track. 6, 7, 8. I lost, wait. 8, did I count? Not 9? 9, wait. 3, 4, 5, 9 leaves, guys! 9 leaves. Ooh! Where's the front? Is that the front? Wow! Look at that. Don't drop him, Jake. If you drop him, that is it! He's hanging on by a thread, but I just love him. That is just amazing. See, when I told you guys last week that I wanted that Philodendron verrucosum to trail, this is what I was going for. Or this is what I was thinking of. But I wasn't too sure. So maybe in the future I will do a propagation and I'll let the propagation trail. But that's the thing, verrucosums are not as hardy as their hybrids. So, you know. But there it is, guys. Those are all the plants. And hopefully you are not on a plant ban. And if you were on a plant ban, well, you shouldn't have been here, honey. I'm on a plant ban too. I shouldn't be here either. Oops! I did it again.